Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Naomi Rook. If you're brand new to my channel, consider subscribing. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure to ring the notification bell so you can be notified anytime I do upload a video. Today, what I'm going to do is the fourth in my new series of my entire collection and declutter. This video is going to be powder, bronzers, blush, and highlighters, and then I'm going to do all of my cream products in a different video. This will not include any of my palettes, so no highlighter palettes or bronzer palettes or face palettes. I'm going to do an entire video, all of those. So I'm going to go ahead and hop in because this is going to take a while because I have quite a few. So I want to go ahead and start with my bronzer collection. So the first one is the Anastasia bronzer. I have this in Rich Amber. This is one of my top favorite bronzers in my collection. I really love it. Super pigmented, blends really well, so I'm definitely going to be keeping this one. I don't hear anyone else talk about it, but I really love that bronzer. The next one is the Alamar. This is the Hydrate Complexion Trio. This one's pretty good. It's not my absolute most favorite. I don't really use this highlighter because it is pretty glowy and glittery, but I do like the bronzers. They work pretty well, so I'm going to go ahead and keep this in my collection. I have hit some major pan in my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I'm going to move this out into my Shop My Stash because I think I can go ahead and use this up. I do have the Butter Bronzer in my Mirror collection, the entire collection, so I have like 7 bronzers in that one. So I'm probably going to just use this one up and then declutter this one. It's gotten a lot of use out of it. It's kind of old. I've had it for probably about 5 years now. So it's a little old, so I'm probably going to just use that a little bit more and then declutter it. The next is another Physicians Formula bronzer, and this is in Sculpted Bronzer. I love this one. This has such a dark, deep richness to it. It works so great for me during the summer. It has a really beautiful red undertone, which I really like in the summer when it looks a little bit more sunburnt. This works really good, so I'm definitely going to keep this. I haven't been able to use this quite as much because it's a bit newer. A newer one to my collection, this is the Visi Art Bronzer in Light. I really love the packaging. I think it's super cute. And then there is the color. It's a really good winter color for me. It is the bronzer I have on today. I really like it. It's not super pigmented. It's a great one for the winter time. An old reliable bronzer that I absolutely love. This is the Make Forever Pro Bronze Fusion. This is a really, really good winter bronzer. It has a beautiful matte finish, but it looks really gorgeous on the skin. It is not heavy or cakey. I really like this one. I'm not going to be decluttering a lot of bronzers in this video because I don't have a ton and I don't find fault in any of the bronzers. So I'm probably going to end up keeping a lot of these. The next one is the LYS. This is the No Limits Matte Bronzer and Motivate. It's for light. This is a beautiful, beautiful bronzer. I absolutely love the undertone. It works so well. It's super blendable and creamy. It is a newer one to my collection, so I will definitely be keeping that. One I actually think I will declutter. This is the Milani Sun-Kissed Silky Matte Bronzer in 02. This is a great bronzer. It is such a good cool tone contour color. It is a baked formula, so it's very hard pressed in the pan. I am getting kind of some white dots on it. I've had it for a really long time. I've hit pan, but every time I go to use it, the middle crumbles more and more, so it's making a mess. It does have some white dots, so I think I am going to go ahead and throw this one away, but I will definitely repurchase this one because it is a really good winter kind of contour color for me. Another one I've been keeping, but for a very specific reason. This one is the Milani Baked Bronzer in Soleil. I really like this for the summertime to just bronze up my chest and my neck. It has a beautiful sheen going through it. It's very, very warm, so I can't use it on my face. So it is just a body bronzer, but I think I'm going to go ahead and keep it. I don't mind blending this all over my chest and my arms, my legs. I can use it anywhere on my body, and I don't really care much about it, but it's a good body bronzer. The next one is the No. 7 Golden Sands. I have gotten so much use out of this. You can see, let's see, you can see the entire outline of that pan. I've gotten so much use out of this. I think I am going to go ahead and declutter this because I have worn this a lot. Definitely got my money's worth out of it. It's really old. I don't see any white spots or anything like that, but I think I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of this. I feel good about how much I use this product up. I'm just going to talk about 2 at the same time. So this is the Catrice Sungasm Luminizing Bronzer and the Wet n Wild the Sunset Striptease. These were my 2 bronzers in my 2021 favorites. I love these bronzers. They're both really inexpensive from the drugstore. They have a beautiful luminous glow to the skin. It really blendable, and I love both of these. Absolutely will be keeping both of these in my collection. The next one is an old cult favorite. This is the Too Faced Sweet Tea Bronzer. First off, I hate the packaging. It's very bulky, but this bronzer is super beautiful. I really like this bronzer. It's a little bit more of a sheer bronzer. It has a beautiful amount of glow, but I do really like this, and I pull it out more like during the summer, but it's a gorgeous bronzer, and I will be keeping that in my collection. Next is my ColourPop Private Party. I really love this bronzer. If you can see, let's see if I can show you that dent in there. I have gotten some use out of this one. Really great summertime bronzer. It's a bit dark for me right now. I really love this bronzer. It's a great drugstore priced bronzer. It works so well on the skin. A bit more new one to my collection. This is the iconic London Ultimate Bronzing Powder. This is a great matte bronzer. There's something about this bronzer that blends so well into the skin. I love the finish. It looks really airbrushed, really nice. This is one of my newer favorites in my collection. One of my top favorites of all time. This is the Nabla Skin Bronzing and Soft Revenge. This is a very unique bronzer. I can use this year round. It has this most airbrushed finish to your cheeks. Really beautiful bronzer. I like this one a lot. Definitely be keeping that one. My last bronzer is the Estetica bronzer. I have this in Sunset Bronze. This has a very unique undertone. It doesn't work so well for me during the winter. It's very yellow. I do want to keep this in my collection to use it during the summer because I want to see what this undertone will do on my skin in the summer. I really do like the formula of the bronzer, but if the tone doesn't work for me in the summer, then I will go ahead and declutter this one as well, but it does blend really nice onto the skin. There are some of the bronzers. There's the Estetica one, the Anastasia, the LYS. You can definitely see how this one kind of has a bit more of a yellow undertone. There's the Nabla, that is a really nice neutral bronzer. And then there is the iconic London. I know it's hard with bronzers, they kind of all look alike. Alright, so there's the end of my bronzers. I have 14 bronzers. I'm going to declutter 2, and 1 is going to go into my Shop My Stash bag. I think that's alright. I don't have a excessive amount of bronzers, so I feel pretty good about that. I've just recently been purchasing more bronzers, so a lot of those I haven't got a ton of use out of. So let's go ahead and move over to blushes, my favorite category. Alright, for blush, let's go ahead and start with one that I know I am going to declutter. So this is the Burt's Bees blush. I bought this because of Kathleen Light. She talked about the toasted cinnamon 1,000 times over. She loved this blush, so I went ahead and purchased it. I don't know what I was thinking. I know we have completely different skin tones, and she is definitely a more medium, more kind of bronzy skin tone. I'm definitely neutral and light, teetering fair most of the time. So this orange blush does not work out for me. I don't even know if I like the formula because the blush is so orange for me. I always top it with something else. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter this one just because the color is not right for me. 2 of my favorite blushes of all time. This is the Dull Beauty Pretty Fly, and I have this in Take Me to the Peach. This is a really great neutral pink color. I like this color a lot. It works really well for me year round. This is a beautiful matte blush. And then I have the Nabla Skin Glaze. This is an Independence. I will swatch this one as well. This is such a beautiful, really glowy one. It's a bit more sheer, so it's a really great blush topper. Next, I do have Milani's Romantic Rose. I used to love this blush so much. It's a really beautiful neutral pink. I am going to go ahead and declutter. I've had it in my collection for so long. It's kind of dried out now, so you can barely get any pigment when you touch the pan. There's that color. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter that. I think I've had it for over 5 years. Next one is the Essence Bespoken Blush. I really love this. I hate the packaging is broken. This is such a beautiful, gorgeous, everyday, wearable, bronzy color. Love this blush very much. I hate the packaging, but it's super inexpensive, so it's no big deal. Blush that I really love, super wearable everyday. This is the Pretty Vulgar Make Them Blush Hush Blush. This is a matte blush. Beautiful mid-tone, very neutral pink. If you're needing that neutral, darker pink color on your cheeks, this is a really great one. I've discovered a lot in 2021 that I really do love matte blushes, and then I will use my highlighter, or if not my highlighter, these other products that I actually considered decluttering. I've been thinking about it a lot recently. I hadn't used them for quite some time. They're no longer available. They were limited edition. I remember loving them back when they were available, and I use them all the time. So I pulled them out and I fell in love with them. I am not going to declutter them. They are so beautiful. So these are the Wet n Wild. They're limited edition. They are from that, I don't know, the Bird collection. So there is Dare to Soar. So they're like really pigmented highlighter blush kind of duos. They're kind of sheer, they're really sheer for a blush, but they're pigmented for a highlighter. This one is Hummingbird Hype. The package is broken. How beautiful. And then Don't Flutter Yourself is the other one. Super gorgeous. Because I do like the matte blushes a little bit more, because I find with shimmery blushes, I don't want as much sheen right here, but I don't mind the sheen back here. So what I've been doing is taking a matte blush like that Pretty Vulgar, and then taking one of these and applying it right on top of it towards the back, but not up front. And then you can get this really beautiful sheen to the color. So there is that one, and that one is Dare to Soar. They're so beautiful, and I really wish Wet n Wild had made these permanent, because they make the best blush toppers out there. They're so gorgeous. So there is Dare to Flutter Yourself. So beautiful. And what you could also do is apply your blush, apply your highlighter, and then take these in between the blush and highlighter and kind of mesh them together. Oh, it's so beautiful. Like this one is Hummingbird Hype. I'm going to check on Amazon to see if these are available, if you can find them on Amazon. So there is Hummingbird Hype. If you can find those on Amazon, I would pay 3 times the price for those. They're so beautiful, and I really like that I can just throw them over any matte blush and anywhere I want. So I have my NARS in. This is a very unique cool tone purple. I love this one. I will definitely be keeping that one. That's one of my favorite fall blushes I've ever used. Really like that one. Hourglass Ambient Diffused Heat. Okay, so I really like the formula a lot. It's a very expensive blush. This color is just so blah to me. It's so light. It does give your cheeks a really beautiful diffused look. So if you put this on top of a different blush, I like it. I think I'll probably put this in my Shop My Stash bag to really try it out, because it's so light for me, and I'm at my palest right now, so I can't imagine when I'm a little bit darker. I just don't want to get rid of it because it's Hourglass. It's expensive. The blush I am wearing today, I did put it on today to decide if I was going to keep it or not. This is Milani Berry Amore. This is something that I would have loved 3 years ago. It's just not, I don't know, it's just not the color I like anymore. I didn't really like how it applied on my cheeks. So there it is. It's super glowy and really light. I really like pigmented darker blushes. I have this blush on today, and I am looking at my face thinking, where did the blush go and why don't I have more on? So I'm probably going to go ahead and declutter this. It's just not my type of blush anymore, but I know this would be really good on someone who maybe likes a little bit more subtle blush. Beautiful, and it has a really pretty amount of glow, but I just like those really pigmented blushes. Next, I do have quite a little stack of my Tarte Amazonian Clay blushes. I will not declutter these. I really love the formula. They are really pigmented. They don't swatch very well, but they go on the cheeks so smooth and flawlessly. This one is Frisky. I really like the color of that. Let me see if I can get some swatches of them. So this, if I'm going for an oranger, kind of a burnt terracotta color, that one would be the one I'd go to. These really do last forever on your cheeks. They are such a great formula. This one is Delight. It's a really good mid-tone pretty pink. They're all matte, which is another reason I absolutely love them, is because I just want the matte look, and then I will add on top if I need to. This one is Charmed, which is probably my least favorite. It's a really light bubblegum pink. Like if it had more color to it, I would like a little bit more, but it's a bit more sheer, but it would still be pretty when I'm really fair. Exposed, which is one of my absolute favorites. This is a great, really neutral, everyday type pink color right there. And then there's Party. Party is my favorite, has been for a really long time. This is a cool tone, more mauve-y pink, so beautiful. My absolute favorite of all of them. I think it would go Party and then Exposed in the order of my favorites. And then I have Captivating, which is another really beautiful orange. This is a bit more of a poppy kind of corally orange. So there is that, so beautiful. And then I have Quirky, which is a bit more of a light kind of tangerine orange color. This is one of my favorite formulas. I really love the different colors. They're super poppy. They last forever. I normally take those in my kit when I'm doing like wedding or prom makeup, because I just find that they just last forever. I think they work really great, and I definitely like them. And I love that they come in minis, because I love mini of everything. Next, this is one I have to think about. This is the Note Desert Rose. I do really like this. It is matte, and it is more of a baked orange kind of tangerine color. This is a good one for the summer if I'm wanting to do an orange color. Let me see. That one is definitely a little bit different than any of the other ones I have. It's a bit more deep and toasty. I think I'm going to keep this one. This is a really good one during the summer. I don't have anything like this, even though I don't wear orange a whole lot. I do want to keep that one. Next is a Becca one. I am going to keep this one. This is Tiger Lily. You can no longer get this. This is such a bright, beautiful, really kind of shimmery metallic orange, definitely a little bit more different of an undertone. I wouldn't normally keep it, but you can't get those anymore, and I have really enjoyed that blush a lot. I think it is a really pretty glowy orange blush. Another one of my absolute favorites is the Wander Trip for Two Blush and Bronzer Duo. This blush is absolutely fantastic. The bronzer is all right, but I keep it in my blush drawer because I love this daiquiri blush. Wanting my cheeks to look like they're sunburnt or I just came out of the cold, this is the one I go to. It's such a beautiful, really poppy blush. Looks great on the cheeks and it blends out super well. I have the Patrick Ta She's So LA blush. I love this blush. Absolutely will be keeping this. This is a really great wearable everyday blush. There is the powder and then it comes with a cream. I love the cream. The color of the cream is absolutely beautiful. I also like the formula of the cream a lot. So the cream is on the bottom, powder on the top. Really love that blush. Next is a ColourPop blush, I Need Space. This is a Kathleen Lights collaboration. This is such a great wearable, kind of neutral pink. It is getting kind of old. There is the color. Super, super pretty. I do pull this out quite a lot. I think I'm going to keep it for a little bit longer. I might go ahead and throw it into my Shop My Stash because it is getting kind of old and definitely might be expired, but I'm going to use that for a little bit longer because I really do love that blush. It's no longer available and it was a collaboration with Kathleen Lights and she's just one of my favorites. Anything she comes out with I do like to keep. So the next one is the Lime Crime. This is a soft wear blush in Petal JPG. This is a really unique purple color. It was definitely unique to my collection, but ever since I got the Menagerie Cosmetics Arthurine palette, I do have a lot of cool tone purples in that palette. This is the cream to powder formula. It was very drying. I never really looked great on my skin. I love the color. I think it's really beautiful. I did keep this in my collection because of the color. It was super unique, but now that I do have that Menagerie Cosmetics palette, I'm going to go ahead and declutter this because it was not my favorite formula. It was really drying on the cheeks and it didn't blend out super well. The next one is a Makeup Geek. This is XOXO Blush. This is a really pretty bright pink. I am going to go ahead and try to swatch this with some of the other ones that I have in my collection. If I don't have anything this bright, I will keep it in my collection, but it's definitely not a super special blush. It's just a little bit more of a unique color. I have a lot of blushes that I like a little bit more, so if I do find something even close to this or similar, I will go ahead and declutter this one. I have a Laura Geller blush. This is in Tropic Hues. This reminds me a lot of that Milani Berry Amore, actually. So this is what it looks like, and there's a swatch. I have used the Laura Geller a lot, but I'm just not a huge fan of it. Like, for the exact same reason, they're just not the formula I go for. I'm going to declutter both of them. So my last blush is this really cute Lottie London, and this is Serene. It's an ombre blush from pink to brown. I normally just blend the two together, and it's a really pretty wearable pinky brown color. Alright, so I am keeping 22 blushes. I am decluttering 7. That's a pretty good amount of blush. I really feel comfortable with that. I'm getting rid of the ones that just don't make you feel happy when I go to reach for them. So next is going to be highlighters. This is going to be really hard. The first one is going to be my Becca Opal. I will never declutter this one. This is my absolute favorite undertone of a highlighter. It's kind of neutral, kind of cooler tone. I really love this one a lot. My fiance bought it for me, so I'm definitely going to keep that one. This is the Dose of Colors. I love Sarah E. and Bathe. This one is just too dark for me. It's too dark for me all the time. Even at my most tan, it's definitely too dark. It's a beautiful formula, beautiful highlighter. Just too dark for me, so I'm going to go ahead and declutter it. I've been holding on to it, but I just don't need to anymore because it doesn't work for me. Next is the Anastasia Amrezy, one of my favorites. This is absolutely stunning. I will go ahead and do swatches of these highlighters. So there is the Anastasia one. There is the Opal one. That one's so pretty. And then there is the Bathe. You can see it is really pretty dark, especially for even my tan skin. So that one just doesn't work out for me. Next is my Kaleidos. This is the Mars Melter. I do have to decide. This is a really beautiful inner corner highlight for my eyeshadow, but I don't like it as a highlighter. It's a lot of shimmer and just kind of glitter. It's really pretty right there. You can't see on screen that it's just pure glitter with a little bit of color. I like it, but I don't use it a lot for my face, so I'm going to put this in the maybe pile. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that one. Next, I have Ofra Rodeo Dry. This is a fantastic, beautiful, beautiful highlighter. Really love this one. Super blinding and pigmented. It is right there. Next, I have my two Wet n Wild. I have Golden Flower Crown, and I have my Precious Petals. Precious Petals is a lot like Becca Opal, but I'm not going to declutter it because, like I said, my fiance got that one for me. So there is Precious Petal. Golden Flower Crown is really pretty gold. I very rarely go for something so gold. Let's go ahead and declutter the Golden Flower Crown. So there is the Golden Flower Crown, and then the one right above it is the Over Rodeo Drive. Rodeo Drive is golden. They almost look a lot alike, except Golden Flower Crown is a little bit more intense gold. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter that one out of my collection. Next is my Makeup Forever Profusion in Light. Let's give this a good swatch. I haven't used this one in quite some time. See, that is another really pretty gold one that I can wear during the summer. So I definitely do not need that Golden Flower Crown. This one's really pretty. Let me see what that one looks like compared to Ofra Rodeo Drive. So the Makeup Forever one is even still a little bit more golden. So there is Rodeo Drive, and that one's the Makeup Forever. I'm going to put that one in my maybe pile. I definitely want to try this one in the summer just to make sure it does work with my tan skin. But I could see that one being one I declutter if it's a little bit too golden for me. I really go more towards champagne-y highlighters. One of my favorites in my collection, this is the Steve Laurent Jelly Highlighter in Prosecco Pop. This one is stunning. It has the same texture as the ColourPop ones. Super, super silky. I really love how that blends into the skin. Next, I have my E.L.F. Face Duo in Watermelon. The highlighter in here is stunning. One of my favorite, really light, perfect for the winter highlighters. So it's right up at the top, super blinding and beautiful. It looks wet on the skin. Really do love those E.L.F. duos. Another one that I absolutely love, this is the ColourPop Horse and Carriage. This isn't available. It was in the Disney Designer Collection. This is stunning for the winter time, though I really like that one. There it is, super icy and beautiful. Really like having that one for when I'm a little bit more pale like I am right now. Next, I have the Maybelline Master Chrome, and this is in Molten Gold. Do you guys remember when this one was all over YouTube? I definitely do. That's why I bought it. Oh gosh, it's so gold. It's so gold, and I know it's hard to tell right now because I am so pale compared to how I do tan quite a lot during the summer. That one is really dark, but it definitely does work for me during the summer. I know it does. I use it a lot. The Essence Pure Nude. I don't use this all the time, but I definitely have a purpose for it. It is a very light, kind of more sheer highlighter. It's great for like a daytime kind of highlighter. That one's a really good one, and it's definitely more unique and different in my collection. I have my Ofra and Samantha March collaboration. This is the Beauty Mark Word. This is really pretty, super blinding. Another really great one for the winter because it is really pretty light. It looks a lot like the Horse and Carriage, but they're really beautiful. Next is Tarte Fantasy. This is really pretty dark. There is the Tarte Fantasy. It's really dark. Let me see what that looks like compared to Bathe, because I think Bathe and that one look a lot alike. The Captivating has a golden undertone, and then the Bathe has that darker undertone. So I'll keep the Captivating just to see if it'll work during the summer. It's a really pretty kind of gold pink duochrome, so I'll keep that one just to try it out during the summer. I think I'm going to go ahead and declutter Jeffree Star's Honey Money. I just don't ever really use a gold green highlighter. I've used this as a inner corner highlight, but I just don't want to keep too many highlighters for an inner corner highlight, and I'm never going to wear that on my cheeks. Next is Pixie by Petra, the Dewy Glossimer Duo. There is that super blinding, really beautiful, really creamy highlighters. Absolutely love those. I'm going to get into my a little bit more weirder. So I have Give Me Glow, and this is Halo. This is something I use a lot more when I did more kind of creative makeup. This is a yellow, white, kind of duochrome highlighter, really powdery. Unless you really blend it into the skin, it's really pretty. There it is. but I just don't find myself really using that at all. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter that one. I have JD Glow. This is Chaos. This is a really pretty light pink reflective duochrome as well. That one's really pretty if I'm needing a pink highlighter, so I'll probably keep Chaos, but I will definitely declutter Halo. Next, I have Jeffree Star's Sarcophagus. This one is okay. It's really powdery. It's not the most like really creamy highlighter. It really does cling onto texture. It's right there. Maybe I'll put this in my Shop My Stash and see. The highlighter is just not my favorite formula. It's really dry and powdery. So I think I'll try it out again, but I might end up decluttering that one for sure as well. I have two loose highlighters. I have Artist Couture. This is Illuminati. Let's go ahead and give this a swatch. I haven't used it in so long. I just don't use loose highlighters very much, so I don't even know what these ones really look like. It's right there. It has a really yellow undertone. And then this one is the Give Me Glow Gold Tencel. There's the Artist Couture. There is the Give Me Glow. This one's definitely a lot darker. I could wear this one a lot more year-round probably. This one would only work during the summer. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of Gold Tencel from Give Me Glow Cosmetics. I really do love that brand, but that one's just a little bit too dark for me. And like I said, I don't wear it a ton. So if I'm going to keep one out of the two, I want to keep one I could wear year-round versus one I could only wear during the summer. But my last one is KVD Thunderstruck. So let me go and swatch this. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. It's very creamy. It's like a light white color, and I know it has like a duochrome. I think I'm going to go ahead and keep that. That's so pretty. I think I'm going to keep it. I haven't really used, I forgot what it even looks like, but that's really stunning. That might look really nice on my skin right now at its palest. I think I got this when I was more tanned, but that looks beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this. I'm putting it in my Shop My Stash because I have not used that in a really long time. I kind of forgot what it even looked like. So I'm glad I'm doing this video because I'm kind of rediscovering products in my collection that maybe I forgot about or haven't used a whole lot. So I am keeping 16 highlighters. I am decluttering 5 highlighters and then possibly another one depending on how I like that Jeffree Star Cosmetics one. So this video has been so much fun. I hope you enjoyed it. I really love doing it. I feel really good about the things that I've decluttered. I'm looking at my little drawers and they're looking pretty good. Like I can fit everything into the drawer, which is the ultimate goal. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching and I will catch you on the next one. Bye guys.